Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. We got a great show lined up. We got some special guests here in the studio. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. It's getting all the way up to 84 degrees, and I'm dropping down to 77. We just haven't had much temperature change with all this weather coming in. The water temperature has dropped 1 degree down to 83 degrees, but really, it's still blowing out there. That rain is supposed to get on out of here later on this afternoon, thankfully, and we're all maybe going to try out. Y'all be careful on these roads, especially these, we're looking for puddles and these dirt roads and everything. We've had a lot of rain throughout the Florida Panhandle. Let's take a look at our river readings brought to us by Sand Hill Seafood up on 77, right past Bozeman, looking at Apalachicola, Bluntstown. This is right, folks. They still have it dropping out. It's at 5.8 this morning, looking on the chart there, still dropping out. But I imagine next week they're going to have to open up those gates. But now they didn't get a lot of rain up in Georgia that far east of us, so it may not be a big jump. But in the Chattahoochee, that's another story. It's starting to go up, and tomorrow we're going to give the reading. It's going to be up even more because we've had inundated with the rain. Caraville's reading right now at 8.3, and it's headed up. So be prepared for that. A tide chart brought to us by Kent, Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. That's Greg Brudnicki and his company and all over there. They do a really good job taking care of folks in a tough time. It is going to be good tide today. We have a low tide at 8:01. I'm sorry, it's a high tide at 8:01. Then dropping out of 1.4 foot range to all the way till 6:37 tonight. Okay, and the marine forecast is coming out of southeast at about 13. So it's going to be blowing. The water's high, pushed up in the bayous and all. So be aware of that if you do get out in the water. But if I were you, I'd wait on to tomorrow. The weekend looking pretty good right now compared to what we've had this week. Let's take a break. We'll come right back with our guest. Welcome back, folks, and welcome to our special guest this morning. Coming in from Freeport and all this bad weather and all, we have Captain Brad Bishop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Steve Underwood.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have y'all. Now, I told you on yesterday's show about the situation over on 331 Bridge, and a lot of folks concerned with what's going on, and Steve's the one who's been in contact with me and brought Brad with him this morning. So let's tell the folks a little bit about yourself. We'll start with you. Let's start with you, Steve, your background.
Well, I was a meat cutter all my life, third generation. My grandfather and my daddy was both meat cutters, and they put me to work in breaks from high school. So I've been doing that for a while, but I've fished all my life. I growed up on the river, and I've retired now, so I fish more than working cuts into my fishing.
I understand that. Well, we all have that feeling. All right, well, that's a good background. I guess when somebody gets a deer and all, you know how to cut up a deer pretty good, I guess.
I can smack a deer and have it come out in white labeled packages.
I like that. All right.
Yep.
All right, Brad, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Brad Bishop, and I was born here in Bay County, but went right back to Freeport as soon as I got out of the hospital.
As soon as you got out of the hospital, okay.
31 years old. As soon as I graduated, I went and worked on Mississippi River for 11 years, and came back home and started my own charter fishing business.
Okay.
And been doing it for about a year now.
And the name of your business is?
Chattahoochee Bay Fishing Charters.
All right, out of Freeport.
Out of Freeport, yes.
Now, you may recognize his face. He was on TV this last couple of days. He was a young captain that took this dad and son on this Father's Day trip, did it on his own, and took the initiative to do it. And when I watched that, I told Gail, I said, I wish Daddy was talking about doing something good for other people. That's what we're talking about right there. And Brad, I told Gail, I said, I'm going to call him up, have him come on the show and congratulate him, just thank you from behalf of our viewers for doing something like that.
Yes, sir.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, last Monday I came home from fishing and got on Facebook and seen the post from Justin, and he was reaching out for someone to help him get his dad out for Father's Day, because it could be possibly the last Father's Day they spend together. So they said they didn't have a lot of money. Money don't matter to me. So I got them guys out there offshore out of Destin, and we caught quite a bit of fish.
I know that was exciting.
Yes, sir, it was.
And you know, this is what we're talking about. These are the real people we're talking about on Panhandle Outdoors, doing something for your fellow man. When I saw that, I just had a big old smile on my face. I mean, that's awesome. We appreciate you doing that.
Yes, sir.
And you know, all the captains, every now and then, I know the other captains do good things and all, so we appreciate everybody doing that. Now, we got a situation, Steve, over here on the bridge, and it's a situation that just sort of come up recently. So tell us a little bit about what's going on over here.
At 331, they have improved the bridge and changed it to a 4-lane. They put a second bridge alongside the old bridge. And now the new bridge is all northbound traffic and the old bridge is all southbound traffic. Mm-hmm. There was an agreement with the county to turn our existing park and boat ramp, Bayfield Park, over to the state and have them relocate it to the south end of the bridge. My understanding was the agreement was for the park only. There was 7 other boat ramps and 8 other fishing spots up and down the bridge and causeway that weren't mentioned in the agreement, but that everybody has fished for generations. Mm-hmm. And a few of them are very popular spots. They're large spots. One of them's 900 feet long and wider than a football field, and the other's about the size of a football field and a half. For some reason, they haven't put up no fishing signs, but they have put up no parking signs. And they are actively running people off, and they are not letting people who, like Brad here, have grown up there and fished there all their life, fish anymore. There's friends like my friend Farmer here that actually he provides about 1/3 of his food budget out of that bay. And there's a lot of people, I know friends that catch mullet, and they feed a lot of elderly, low-income people with the mullet that they catch out of the bay, and now that's not able to happen. It's not right, and there's no good reason for it. And we've started a petition. The petition is in Frank's Hardware. It's in Danny Copeland's Bait and Tackle. It's in BJ's Bait and Tackle, the Freeport Cafe, the Black Creek Cafe, the Bruce grocery store also has it there. We're up around 1,000 names on the petition.
Wow.
And we've got some active people in the government that are actually starting to become interested, and we're hoping we can get something done. I've tried to approach people from the state, and I was originally told it was a safety factor. To be a safety factor, there had to be an investigation, and to my knowledge, they still haven't shown any investigation. Mm-hmm. Now it's being said that it's a maintenance factor, that pulling off the side of the road is going to disturb some gravel.
Okay, this is fascinating. You know, we're talking about this. We just don't want to lose any fishing spots. We don't have enough of them anyway. And then when we lose one that's been established, some fishing spots that's been established this long, this is not good. What we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and show you some pictures of where we're talking about. So we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. 2 special guests coming all the way from Freeport and all this bad weather and all. We appreciate Captain Brad Bishop and Steve Underwood. I'm looking at some pictures here. We got a situation that affecting the outdoorsman, and when we do something outdoors that affects the outdoorsman, we want to do something about it. I know growing up, you were just like all these other kids in all the neighborhoods and all. You went fishing, and
yes,
this
sir.
is one of the places you probably went, right?
Yes, sir. The little bridge at 331 is a hot spot, and that's where I learned how to fish.
Is that right?
The Bayfield out there, I remember the picnic tables and everything out there, and that's where I learned to throw a cast net, you know, and so there's a lot of generations that's been through all those fishing spots.
You know, we talk about that. Now, this is how things work in life in general. Now, here's Brad. He learned to fish over there and had a love for fishing, and then look what he did this past weekend. He passed it on to a father and a son. So this is what we're talking about, the evolving character of outdoors people and how the good things that can happen from that. Now, if we take this spot away from, and there'll be some future Brads, you know, in years to come to do something like this, that maybe not get a chance to learn how to fish over there.
Yes, sir.
So we never know. So we got some pictures. Let's look at, Steve, tell us about this first picture right here.
That first picture there is what we call the big bridge. It's before the second bridge, or what's now the northbound side, was built. To the lower right-hand corner there, you'll see that area where the new park was built. And on the
Okay,
north.
this is a new section right in here.
Yes, the new park was built right there, and that's the only place they're allowing people to fish anymore on that entire bridge and causeway, which I guess wouldn't be so bad if somebody would tell the fish to stay there.
Well, you know, looking at it, we talked about it when they did this. We were real proud they did it. Little did we know they took away an area, but this is nice. It's a nice place and all to launch, and it's good.
I can't say anything bad about
it. Right. But all right, let's go to our next picture. Now, what are we looking north here?
Yes,
looking south.
Looking south. I'm sorry, looking south. Okay.
That's what Brad had just called the Little Bridge. It's where he growed up fishing. That's the most popular fishing spot in all of that area. Everybody knows that. I have people that's come down through there from Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia that have fished there all their lives. They come down 331 and they see somebody fishing there and they pull over.
Now that looks.
You see a man standing right there.
Yeah, I see a man fishing right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks. You know, you always think about safety. That's number one, and of course I understand the safety issue. But right here, he looks pretty safe over there. Yeah. I don't think a truck, you know, the chance of a truck running off the road hit him over there is slim.
That area is larger than a football field.
Larger than a football field. Okay, so we want to go in. I'm going to personally rule out safety as a factor right there. Okay, so we're going to. All right, this is sort of the same. That's about the same thing.
Same spot.
Okay, and then This is construction.
This is construction when they built the new bridge, and you can see in between the two bridges there, that area is 900 feet long and wider than a football field. It goes down, it's already paved, it's where the old 331 was, and it approaches where the old bridge fell down.
Okay.
That also is a very popular fishing spot. It's well removed from the roadway area. There's plenty of space there, and again, I see no reason why no one would be allowed to fish there.
Okay. All right, and then this one right here. Okay, what about this one?
That's my friend Price Farmer Fishing. I took the picture as I was going by.
All right. So Price is here in studio. We're going to talk about him later. We might get him to come on and sing the next segment, but he does a lot of fishing. He makes a living off fishing or helps a lot of people out.
Mr. Farmer, I would describe him as a person that can't pass a mud puddle without stopping to see what's in it.
I understand and appreciate that. Okay. So there's the lowdown of it. I want to go back here to this original picture, and this is where a lot of fishing going on right now. I mean, it was.
Yep. Yeah. And actually, right here in this general area, there's a boat ramp. There was a boat ramp there. They took that away from us.
All right. So they put up signs. So when they get everything, when they had everything set up, DOT or the county or somebody put up signs that said no parking. Is that what they did?
No, that's all it says. It's no parking. It doesn't say no fishing.
That whole strip there says no parking. So you can't pull off the road?
The entire bridge and causeway.
Holy cow.
It's what, 3.5 miles, I think?
Right. Yeah. Wow. So they have given tickets, or people? I know people probably wanted to stop there and probably thought they could pull on past that sign. So what's going on now?
To my knowledge, at this point, they're still handing out warnings, but they have threatened citations.
Yeah. Now the county. Now you're getting other people involved. The county some county commissioners or the petitions and all. What's going on?
Well, we have the petitions. Like I say, we're approaching probably 1,000 names. We've approached Representative Brad Drake. We've approached the Walton County property appraiser. We've approached the mayor of Freeport. Each of them have promised to try to look into it, and each of them was surprised to find out that this has happened. I read the minutes of the meeting where the agreement was made for the state to take over that park, and it states in those meetings that it was to be done in a way that looked out for the health, welfare, and safety of Walton County residents. I don't see how this promotes their health or welfare.
Yeah, and I know where the Department of Transportation is coming from initially, because we had a situation down in Gulf County, right on St. Joe Bay, where people were taking a kayak, they're parking right side the road, but they only had like a 4 to 6 foot clearance, and that was a safety factor, and I understood that. In fact, I was in favor of them putting no parking signs there because I just knew sooner or later somebody's going to get hit. This is just the opposite. I mean, the clearance you have over there in that picture is you have plenty of room. Yeah. So we're going to stay on top of this. I'm just really surprised that this has happened. I guess it surprised a lot of people. No one saw it coming.
Nobody
saw it coming. Okay, and we don't want to lose in the fishing area. So we're gonna take a break. We'll come back. We're gonna go on Google Earth and take a look at this from another angle. So let's take our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back with our special guest. But let's get our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers, looking on the screen there. 11:20 a.m. to 1:20 p.m. and then tonight 11:51 to 1:51 for you guys that are floundering. If you get out in that muddy water, be careful. Now listen, I always ask my captains, everybody comes on the show, about fishing time. Do you go through periods of time, Brad, where you sort of catch a lot and something, or how do you?
Yes, sir.
You believe in them?
Yes, sir. Right now, it's the bite is really, really hot first thing in the morning, very late in the evening. Of course, all the rain and the high winds and everything's screwed up right now. But become the first of the week where everything calms down. The bite should be back on around the same times. Falling tide is my favorite time to fish. The water's moving, fish are biting.
Okay, that's good. Now, you target inshore a lot, basically, or you go?
I do both. More inshore, but I do offshore trips, depending on what people want to, fish for.
Are you put in right there at Freeport?
Yes, sir. I actually keep a boat in the water at the marina in Freeport. So.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
And how can folks get a hold of you if they want to go fish? Fishing Chautauqua Bay, folks, is fun. I'm telling you.
It is awesome. We have a great fishery over there, and you can contact me through the Chautauqua Bay Fishing Charters Facebook page, or call me at 850-543-8303.
Okay, and we'll put that on the screen for you, and we'll urge you to, if you go take a trip, you can take a half-day trip, and most of your half-day trips are?
My inshore trips are 5 hours.
5 hours.
I run a 5-hour inshore AM trip or a PM trip.
Cool. And you live bait, top water, or what all do you do?
Whatever you want to fish.
I like that.
We'll work with you, but I prefer live bait. But if you're an avid angler or fisherman, you want to fish artificial, we can do that too.
There you go. If you think you know what you're doing, I'd go artificial. But now, Price Farmer back over here. Price, you got any fishing tips real quick? What can I tell the folks?
Go when you can, as long as you can, and as often as you can.
Go when you can, as long as you can, as often as you can. I like that. Okay, let's get back to our subject over here, Steve. I've got a Google Earth picture, and we just found out that Google Earth has not updated the 4-lane bridge.
No,
So-
it still shows just one bridge.
Okay, so let's. You can. I will give you a pointer there. We're on the north end right here. So you want to tell us sort of what everything is? I sort of slide.
If you can scroll down just a hair, this
Okay.
is what everybody refers to as the Little Bridge. It's a small bridge on the causeway that approaches the old Big Bridge, which is now the southbound side.
Okay.
In this area here, to the northwest corner there, is probably the most popular fishing spot. It's the one we showed the pictures of before. On both of your south corners, there are areas to pull off, and you can actually circle under the bridge. And these are also very good fishing areas that are well separated from the road, with plenty of areas for people to get off the road and to fish safely. As you scroll down, you'll see there's a bunch of boat ramps. There used to be 7 boat ramps on this bridge.
Wow.
The new park is a nice park. It is in one way unsafe in that you can only get in the water on the east side. If the wind is blowing from the east, it slams your boat into the dock and into your trailer, and somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
We should have an access on the west side of the bay for when the wind is blowing from the east, to where you can safely launch and dock your boat from there. That's probably the only complaint I really have with the new park. As you scroll further south, you'll see where this road here approaches the Big Bridge, and to the right-hand side of it, there's an area, again, like I said, it's 970 feet long, I believe, right where this road here starts.
Okay.
It's already paved. It continues down 970 feet to where the old 331 bridge that was built there back after World War II has collapsed.
Okay.
And that is a very popular fishing area also. This old roadway creates somewhat of a reef for the fish to populate
good
that
structure.
area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good structure there.
Again, I see no reason why that would be blocked off.
Yeah, so that's blocked off. That's all blocked off now, right?
It's simply blocked with no parking signs.
No parking signs. Ooh. Yep. Okay, and then going on down.
All the way down, I can show you the area where they built the new park, which was a popular fishing area back before the park was built. It had the same sort of pull-off, and it's right here in this area here. everybody used to pull down. It was a dirt roadway, and they would pull down and fish this area, and you could also go under the bridge.
Okay.
The new park is built right in this area, and a lot of it is built underneath the bridge. Very nice park, very well laid out.
But now you're telling me we got to make a U-turn? What's the deal with that?
Yes,
When you come-
and it's somewhat dangerous.
Now where's the Chat Holly Road? Let's see.
You
little
have to
bit
go
further.
southbound, keep scrolling down.
Now we still got, I mean, the structure, the bedding and all, the rocks are still there in good place, right? I mean, everything's in good
Yes, sir.
shape.
Yes.
So now,
But here is where you have to go down and make a U-turn right here, and a light has been added to this intersection, and the new bridge sits to this side.
okay.
You have to pull down here. The traffic slows from 55 to 45, but you're coming over the big bridge, and you can't see. Once there's two cars stacked up there, if there's a lot of traffic stopped, the person coming over the bridge can't see that stopped traffic that's slowed down to turn into the turn lane and do a U-turn to come back into the park.
Well, that is something now. That's interesting. That's some really good background on that, Steve and Brad. We just have a minute or so left now. In closing, what are some things y'all would like to say? I know this is important to people of Freeport and people of North Walton County, that they can come in there and fish on that north side.
Well, I hope there's somebody watching that can turn to the guy at the desk next to him and say, "Why are we doing this?"
Yeah.
Yep.
This is, honestly, we talk about this a lot. This is why you need political people that fish, and people in government jobs that fish and all, because they understand.
Yes, sir.
You know, we got a mayor here in Panama City, Greg Brudnicki, and then we got other office, county commissioners, all that love outdoors, and this is what we need: someone who understands the passion and all that we have and what good it is for the community.
Yes, sir. Yeah, our whole area is based on fishing. I mean, you can look at Destin, one of the largest fleets of fishing boats around, and the locals on the north side of the bay, we don't have anywhere to fish. We have to go all the way to the south side and fish. Now that they've stopped us from fishing along the causeway there, it wasn't long ago we had the bay filled with the picnic tables. The kids could come out and play. We could fish through the mullet nets and whatnot.
Okay. We're going to stay on top of this. Thank y'all so much.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all
Thank
for
you.
watching. Y'all do something good for your fellow man, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.